Alright, so I just got done doing that last video and I looked down, I wanted to point something out. So, that's alfalfa. You can see it there. And then here's the bird's foot trefoil. Now on the bird's foot trefoil, just the tips are nice and green. And down in, it's pretty wiry. But the cows will eat the tips off of it. But here in central Pennsylvania, like, you get good established alfalfa, that stuff is so deep rooted. It's one of the only things I shouldn't say it that way, but anyway, it's one of the only things that, it can be 100 degrees outside, you come out, everything else is brown, that alfalfa is just lush and green and beautiful. And this one's actually even got some blooms on it. So if you had, if you threw in 20% alfalfa with, some other stuff like bird's foot trefoil, what's another good legume for summer? Of course, I don't know. I can't think right now. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So today is July 8th, 9th, something like that. It's Thursday. And it's 90 degrees again. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm going to build some cow pasture here, some fence. And I'm out here in my, what we call the high pines pasture. But you can see here, there's some bird's foot trefoil, some Dutch clover, some goldenrod, some goatweed or pasture daisies. Yeah, pasture daisies. But this field, for the most part, was fescue, and it's thinning out a little bit here. And when I did my soil test, it was low in phosphorus. It wasn't like significantly low, but it was below the threshold, we'll say. So I really need to get some diversity in here. And I've been looking at, here's a whole bunch of bird's foot trefoil grown along this fence here. Now over here, I'll walk over to you because there's some over here too, but the cows grazed it, even though it's brown and dying. The cows actually were chewing on this stuff this morning. Down through here you can see they were eating it. And trefoil is a good legume to have around. Actually, I don't know if it's classified as a legume, but I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, but it keeps horses, cows, whatever, from getting bloat, and they don't need that much of it. And with this fescue, there's enough diversity in here that they don't get like 100% fescue, so I'm not worried about them getting sick over it. But as Gabe Brown says, diversity is the key. So now my struggle is, like with you and everybody else, how it's finances. How do you take money from one thing to buy seed and da-da-da-da? And I'd love to buy from Green Cover because they have some really good mixes. But it costs you an arm and a leg for freight to get it here. You're really paying as much for freight as you are for the seed, if not more. And I just can't afford to do that. So I've been struggling with what I'm going to do. But at some point here, I'm going to have to do something. I got that drill, and if I had to seed, I'd be drilling, like, I'd drill a summer grazing mix in this pasture. Over there, I'd drill in a summer stockpile mix, and just, you know, do like raise crazy summer mix in a different one. Just try different stuff and see what happens, and try and stockpile some food for winter. If you can absolutely stockpile a very large amount of tonnage on your pastures to feed your cows through winter, so you're not feeding them hay. So I'm going to get to building fence here. We got rid of the bull, took it back to Bob's, which I greatly appreciate him letting me borrow that. The neighbor's cow, she's definitely pregnant. She's getting huge. Yeah, I'm talking about you, 89. And I'm pretty sure Mama cow, she's pregnant too. She's just, I think she's going to have a little later calf than 89. But I got a bunch of little videos and snippets in here that I'm probably just going to patch them all together and do one long video. So if you like that sort of thing, you'll probably enjoy this one. But my buddy Steve Chilcote, check him out over at Chilcote Forestry. He's a forester and a wildlife biologist. He's very, very good at doing food plots and stuff. But, you know, we've been talking the last couple of years about like putting some Sudan grass in here or something. But like you and everybody else, it all comes down to money. So we'll see what I can figure out. King's Agri-Seed, which is in Pennsylvania, they have some pretty good stuff. I'd like to see some more mixes like Green Cover has come out of there. It just makes it easier for guys like me. I don't have to, you know, let's say buy 2 or 3 different mixes and mix them together to get the same thing that Green Cover offers in one. I was checking out their website just again this morning, and I just don't see the stuff like Green Cover has on King's Agri-Seed. But King's does a great job. I got nothing but good things to say about them. Their local dealer here, he's a really, really good guy. He's helped me out a few times. So if you're on the East Coast near Pennsylvania, check out King's Agri-Seed. They're another great resource for whether it's haying, cover crops, whatever. They got it. So they can help you out. But I'm going to get to putting this fence up here quick. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. There we go.